show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night. Taking calls.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the bouncy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Lucia by Bronx for Lancer at 3. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the bouncy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians by 3-2. Still celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers, we're back where we belong. Blue sea of Ibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel as a legend that is Bridgeman and my mate Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, lads. Good to be back.
Right. Can I just say a big good evening to you two guys and a huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening all over the world. Good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio.
And the push for 55.
The push for 55, boy. Push for 55.
Yeah. Shoulder to shoulder. Get it behind this one. Let's push you on that line, Fox.
Yep. The next 4 months are critical for the club and the support. Let's hope we can end on a really triumphant note.
And remember our nerves as well.
Nerves will be fine.
Right, I like your confidence. I think we're in a real critical stage. It's going to be exciting, Bridge.
Yeah, I think it's going to build up all the way through now. And we need all our management group and all our players keep the heads on the shoulders. And as you said, the shoulder to the wheel. And let's go straight through. Let's go straight through and pick it up every game, every single game. Play your best, do what you can, and get the ball in the net as many times as you can. And let's beat them one at a time.
On a sad note, I was very, very sad to read today, was early this evening, about the pastor Bobby Brown, way before my time as a player, but he's been known as a Rangers legend. Played well over 200 games for the club. I read tonight that he played 176 games in a row, which is a bit of a feat in any position, but great servant of the club, always known as a gentleman who managed Scotland as well to a famous victory at Wembley, but always known as a really nice guy. Played as a part-timer, has always worked as a school teacher. Well, he played for us, and will be sadly missed by the Rangers family, so all our thoughts and prayers go to Bobby Brown and everybody connected with him, Bridgeman.
Absolutely, and a real gentleman of the game. I'm fortunate enough to be old enough, shall we say, to have been there when he was being a football fan when he was a manager of Scotland, and listened to him giving interviews and the limited amount of TV. But he was a good goalkeeper with Rangers, or a great goalkeeper with Rangers, maybe in some people's eyes. But it was a really hard time for goalkeepers. They had to be very physical and stand up to the sort of shoulder charges, if not the dirty play as well. Because a lot of contact with goalkeepers, but he was a standout for them. And I don't know how great he was as a goalkeeper within Rangers, other than you read back, and the Rangers within Rangers they'll tell you he was one of the best there's ever been.
Well, good enough games, Fox. So fair play. He must have been good at what he done.
I must have been before my time, a bit like Bridge there, mate. Mostly remember him for the triumphant defeat of the English world champions in 1967, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
When we won 3-2 in front of, must have been about 100,000 at Wembley, most of them Scots.
I suppose that'll be his miss. That's the maybe you're doing history for that Bridge, but obviously it's a great career we always make. Yeah.
Well, that's our greatest ever result, I think. 67, beating them when they were the existing world champions. What can you say? It's just there. It's in everybody's mind. It was at that followed Scotland in any way, shape, or form. A fabulous victory for us. And for a couple of years, we were talking about us being the pseudo world champions. First time we beat them. Yeah.
Sticks in my memory, although I was young then, man.
Young.
I can remember Big Greg and McKinnon were the centre backs, if I remember right. Jim Baxter in the midfield, along with Wee Gemmell, and up front we had Dennis Law, and was it Bobby Lennox? I think it was Bobby Lennox.
You never surprised.
I think he scored one of the goals. Did you know?
Jim McCallum scored.
The boy for Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't he? He came for Sheffield Wednesday, and we were playing against the world champions who had players in their team like Banks, Bobby Moore,
Charlton.
Jim Greaves,
Charlton,
aye, and Hurst and Peters up front, wasn't it?
Just fantastic team they were, really brilliant. I have to say, I one of the proudest, and I'm not saying this because I hate anybody, but that's one of the proudest times I've ever seen when we watched England winning that World Cup, because I was shouting all day long for them. A lot of folk didn't like England. I did. I thought they were great. They revolutionised the way we play football. They called them Ramsey's robots, if you can remember that, Foxy. That's what they called the England team. They're Ramsey's robots, Sir Alf Ramsey.
And along came Billy's boys and beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
1967.
Absolutely.
You see what I done there, Fox?
Aye, I did.
Billy's boys. Nice one.
With regards to anybody connected with Bobby Brown, sorry, Billy's boys, or Bobby's boys, it should be. But a sad day for the Rangers family, and as I say, all my regards to everybody here at Rangers Radio, to anybody connected with Bobby Brown. I'm sure the club on Friday night will pay their respects.
Yeah, I think it was a wee minute of silence probably at the start of it. Yeah.
Aye. Okay, right, so we'll move on. Obviously, we'll have some callers ASAP, but I've got a question to ask you two gentlemen.
Oh, as long as it's no hard.
Well, for a start, I never received my Christmas present for either of the two years, but I'll talk about that later on. I know I don't just give to receive, but then used to. I think a wee token would have went a long way, you know. But there we go. Used to been about this planet for about 20, 30 years between these, yeah. Have you ever heard so much dribble, read so much crap, and seen some, I'm going to say, racist statements? I think some of them have been bordering on it, in the fallout of one game or one defeat in the middle of a football season. Fox.
It's been global, mate. I think Rangers will get the blame for the Antarctic melting and the North Pole melting.
I'm glad we never went for Australia, because we get the blame of starting the fires and all.
Oh, God. It's a monumental meltdown in Scottish football, and especially with the Tims, mate. It's been great reading. Thoroughly enjoyed it. At the start of the season, we were a team that needed 100 million to catch Celtic. Who's the team now that's running about trying to strengthen their squad, mate? Certainly no us. Your squad's good enough to go on and win this championship. And on the Alfredo Morelos stuff, absolutely disgusted, mate, with reading some of the column inches that's been printed over the last few months about our number one striker, Alfredo Morelos. Absolutely shameful. And they are the gutter rags that everybody says they are. You read it online all the time. Rangers supporters calling them gutter rags. That column for Lecky in the Sun was about the worst thing I've ever read, and should be ashamed of herself. I think we should be at Liverpool and completely boycott totally the Sun and the Record, mate.
Well said, folks.
I have to agree with that. Roxdale and Fox, I 100% agree with him. I've been saying it for a long time. If we could find a way of doing it without causing any trouble to our fans, it would be great. We might have to come up with some sort of option for the fans. I don't know how they could do it or what they could do, but most assuredly, the three major organisations, as far as I'm concerned, in this country, is the Sun, the Record, and the BBC, and we have to find ways of getting rid of them and get them out of our hair, get them away from us in some way.
Well, what I would say, Bridge, I'm going to contradict myself. I mean, in the past, I've talked about the BBC ban and how it's. I didn't think it ultimately would be good for the club because, but when you think about it, we can't sell enough tickets. We're looking to expand our stadium, and I'm sure we'll cover that this week at some point, if not next week. But brands going through the roof. We're getting share prices going up. Certain share prices are falling. I'm sure we'll touch on that as the week goes on. Just remember, Bridge, follow the money.
Absolutely, bud.
But as the modern age is coming in, and Fox, you're maybe somebody who, for 30 years of your life, was there and bought a paper every morning, maybe a paper in the afternoon as well. And now you get your sport for a different outlet.
I get any information for the club, Rangers TV, and the numerous terrific Rangers forums and blogs and other mediums that's out there. I used to be a guy, mate, that bought a paper every day, and a Sunday I would buy every paper. Honest to God, and I'd read them in my bed when I came in from my work on a Sunday night, every Sunday paper. Now I wouldn't even use it to wipe my arse, mate. Sorry for the language.
Easy boy.
Yeah, sorry for that language, but I get your point.
He's right. He's right, of course, Oxdale. He's right.
You would imagine this in your latter years, you would stumble down and what would you have got? The Telegraph and the Times in the morning?
I would have bought not the Telegraph and the Times, the Evening Times maybe. No, I'd have bought the Sun or the Record, no problem. Just as I said, but the last few years I've just wound it, and now over the last 2 years I've never bought one of them. My wife, I get the Daily Mail from my wife. I don't even read it. She reads it. I don't read it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not interested in any of the papers at all. So as far as giving the sports news is concerned, what I was hearing was that for the last 2 nights, maybe somebody in the lobby will tell us, for the last 2 nights they've been discussing Alfredo Morelos and how he got off with 3 red cards. Not the new year there, the previous new year. And that these kind of things should never have happened to Celtic. It's big bad Rangers.
Do you think it would be a good thing for his Celtic to want historical charges brought up, Fox?
No comment.
Okay, just
my lawyers told me to say that on air. No comment.
Okay, but all I'm saying is just follow the money. It's coming. Right. If people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Fox?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, where we'll log your call and then call you straight back.
Yep, and that'll be done by Technical Terry.
Technical Terry. What a name he's building.
Yes, is that correct, Fox?
Absolutely.
Oh, terrific guy, mate. Terrific
Oh,
guy.
man,
See, while we're there, can I just give a shout out to my mate Billy and your mate Billy and the whole show's mate Billy, who's unfortunately laid up in hospital for a couple of days. All the best, Billy. I'll see
You're
you
here,
on Friday.
You're here, Billy. I'll maybe speak to you soon, Mal Mucker. Hope you're feeling better. He's the big part of Zach Rudden's career, Fox.
Aye, well, I'm no like blaming him for Billy getting him drunk and Bangor when he was a younger boy. But sad to see Zach Rudden leaving Rangers. I thought we had high hopes for Zach, and well, wish him well in his new career at Partick Thistle.
It's my understanding they'll get first
No.
option to buy him back, Fox, and there's a lot of things, so maybe also a loss for the boy.
Is he not just away on loan?
No,
It's permanent.
Right, so did they buy him or did we just give him away?
There's a fee, mate, but I think there's a lot of clauses in it. We're getting a bit smarter, Bridge.
We need to get smarter, that's the truth.
We're getting a bit smarter.
We need to be able to use whatever kudos Sir Manager and his group of management team have got and how they can drive us forward or carry us forward, whichever the case may be. And the board need to just get in line and follow them and do the business well. Because somewhere along the line, this manager, if our hopes are to be ending, this manager is going to carry us right through to the end of this season and we're going to get 55. It's going to take a big drop in standards and form for us to lose any game at all now. Being out at the end of the season, it's going to take a huge drop in our confidence or a commitment, whatever it is. Something's got to really badly happen for us not to win this league, in my opinion.
Well, we wish Zach all the best. You don't know, Fox, if he does kick on and you get the buyback clause, he could still end up back with the jersey if he's doing the business, you know?
Aye, well, this seems to be the work of the new director of football. Forgot his name escapes me at the moment.
Scott Wilson, is it?
Scott.
Something Wilson?
Aye, something Wilson, but I forgot his name.
Ross Wilson.
Ross
Wilson, that's it.
I know it's a hard name, long and that.
And even them getting rid of Gresder, mate, there was a sell-on clause attached to that as well. So maybe this boy's going to look after all arrangements to do with the players and make a very good job of it. Let's hope so.
Mm-hmm. There's a few players moved on. Anyway, we'll be joining our first call. I wouldn't say for the new year because we'll have the show in a second. But JFK's joined us. Evening, JFK.
Evening, guys. It's great to be back.
Evening, Jimmy.
All right, Bridgeman, Fox, Ox here. How's all doing, guys?
Wonderful.
Evening, Jimmy.
Can I just give you a shout out? Can I give you a shout out, Fox, before we go to JFK?
Aye.
To my good friend CC, who's had some surgery, mate. All my best to CC, and I hope everything goes well for him and he gets well soon.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the hospital, mate.
Oh, I never said he was in hospital, but he's had some surgery. He's home, mate, and it's a bit of cosmetics. I know he's a natural, handsome guy, but he's had a bit of work done.
New nose, is it?
No. He's had a bit of work, and that's all I'm saying. But all the best, and I hope he gets well soon.
Top half of the body or lower half?
Oh,
he's only got one half. You see the size of him? Lower half.
Oh, enough said.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. But all the best to CC, mate, and I hope it works out for him. Get well soon, my mate. JFK.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Talking operational procedures, I got my long-awaited op on Friday.
I'm interested in you.
Oh, hey, I've got two beautiful eyes now. Bright eyes burning like fire. There you go. How you all doing, guys? I'm absolutely champing at the bit. Second half of the season starts this week.
Big push to 55. What we got, 16, 20 weeks or something like that.
Oh, can't you wait, mate. I was listening
to the party end all parties.
Oh, definitely. I was listening to what you guys were saying, some of the violence we've been hearing and seeing in TV, etc. And I'm like Fox now. You know, I was a consummate buyer of the papers every day and every Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. I would buy maybe 3 or 4 papers on a Sunday just to get everybody's different opinion in the games and things
What
like
did
that.
you get? The Mail, the Post, the News of the World?
The Sunday People. There you go. I didn't buy the other one. What do you call it? The one that there was a phone box on Mars and all that. Sunday Sport or Saturday Sport.
Sunday Sport.
I used to get one now and again, but I used to steal it off a couple of the guys in the work.
For the pictures.
Oh, was it for the pictures? Oh, I liked the stories in it. Oh, is there pictures in that? All right. But no, I agree with you saying, Ox. Here, some of it is bordering on racism. You know.
Here.
In the last 7-8 years, we've heard absolutely nothing because they've been winning everything at default in my mind. Anyway, and all of a sudden, one game changes their perception of how they're being treated. It's absolutely disgusting, you know. I don't watch that show on a Sunday night now. I mean, myself and my good friend Bridgeman used to be avid viewers, but I wouldn't give him the airtime now. It's disgusting. You know what sticks in my mind? I heard a comment on one of the radio stations the other day, and they were giving praise to the Thumbhead about how he's come through his so-called mental health problems and that. And how he's a model professional, and how it's a shame, blah blah blah. Yet they vilify Alfredo and the things that Alfredo's been doing for a few years now in Colombia for the charities.
Absolutely fantastic, mate, what he's doing, isn't it?
It's brilliant, but the thing is, Oxford, I guess a small section in the newspapers here, and yet Thumbhead gets big plaudits and that for how he's coping with. And I'm not demeaning anybody with any mental health, no matter the means I'm doing that, you know, because I know it's an illness, it's a bad illness, but if you're going to go one way, then you can't just go and vilify that man Alfredo, not just because he's a blue nose and that. It's just that I think it's absolutely disgusting. We could name probably 7 or 8 individuals in the news and papers and that thing that absolutely have just tried to destroy Alfredo, and I totally agree. But my manager said that there's people who should know better are trying to run him out of Scottish football, and it's absolutely disgusting.
4 of them that come to mind are ex-professionals and all played in the same position.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's disgusting, you know, and there's an ex-Rangers captain who's actually writes for one of these midden tabloids, and he's taking the dirty shilling, you know, and that's Barry Ferguson. Should get his sell out of there, and no use coming on into the papers and making comments about how people have been bad against Alfredo. Make a statement and hone his notice, and that might sound extreme to some people, but once a blue nose, always a blue nose. So don't be talking rubbish, Barry. Quit your rubbish that you're writing for the rag. Like Fox, I'm not going to use the word that he used, but I wouldn't wipe my behind with any of them. You know, I'd rather use a jaggy nettle. There you go.
The great thing about Alfredo, mate, he's no forget where he came from, and that's something that we could all remember, you know. Anyway, we've also been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, Ox Chair. Evening, Fox, Bridgeman, Jimmy. I hope you're all well, guys.
Yeah. Hello, Rudy. How are you, pal?
Cheers, Rudy.
I'm good, thanks, Bridge.
Excellent. Well done, bud. Well done.
How's this no cabs for January? Rudy?
Do you know, seeing the run up to Christmas, Ox, I'd lost about 2.5 stone, so I'd been working really hard, you know, staying off the carbs, all the usual stuff, you know, staying off the cakes and the sweeties and the biscuits and all that. I think I put that to 2.5 stone again. So I'm going to have to start all over again, you know.
You were just making room.
I'm just making room for it, but I just get myself sorted out for the feed up at Christmas, and I must have had about 3 steak pie dinners in the New Year period as well, you know. So I feel like I've put about 2.5 back on again. I'm scared to weigh myself.
Yeah, well, as long as you enjoyed it, Rudy.
I did, mate. I did.
What did you have tonight? What did you have tonight then?
Oh, I wasn't going to tell you, Bridgeman, but I had an Aberdeen Angus steak burger the night. It was lovely.
Unbelievable.
Some homemade chips and some onion rings and peas. It was good.
Oh, my God.
It was good.
My God. You know, there's people in far-flung parts of the world, I'll be sitting there, I'll be salivating, and you telling them that.
That's Peterson Park and Burnside, mate.
Well, it's funny enough, after she gave me the bridge, I was saying to the missus, has the credit card bill arrived yet? And, there's something on the way. There must be an Aberdeen Angus steak burger on a Wednesday. I'm thinking there's something up here. So I'll wait and see. In the next few days, I'm sure there's going to be a big hefty thump through the letterbox for the credit card company,
I know there's a guy in Drumchapel who would like you to do a cookbook so he can give on his recipes.
There's maybe one way I could pay back the credit card when it arrives, Bridge, Ox, Can I just touch on the Alfredo thing?
Yes, you can.
I just heard Jimmy there, talking about it. I think it's shameful what's happened in this country. You've got a boy who's come all the way from, South America. He's gone to Finland, never picked up a single red card in all his time at Finland. And he comes here and the boy is refereed to a completely different standard to every other player in the league. He's vilified by pundits. He's vilified by the press. And the meltdown and the things that's been written and said about him since the game at the end of the year is nothing short of shameful. Up until what had transpired in the press and stuff, and for pundits and all this carry on, up to that point, the game at Parkhead, people talked about it being racism, and I wasn't really one for that, Ox, to be honest with you. I always was of the mind that it was because he wore a blue jersey. That's why the boy got it, because his style of play, because he ragdolled defenders and other teams and players hated him. It's now looking more and more like racism to me. Jimmy used the word racism there, and I'm going to agree with Jimmy. That's exactly what it looks like. There is not another player that I can think about that has been written about the way Alfredo Morelos has. And Jimmy hit the nail on the head. Nothing the boy does makes any difference. He's got himself together. He's made a couple of daft mistakes at the end of last year there that got him sent off a couple of times. But you go back and you look what he's doing in a village in Latin America, Ox, and it barely gets a word. It's shameful, utterly shameful. And Steven Gerrard probably hit the nail on the head. They're trying to kill his football career in Scotland. That's exactly what they try.
There's an agenda, mate. There's an agenda to affect the boy's play. There's an agenda to affect his price.
Yeah, and they know how important
we were one team, yeah.
They know how important Alfredo is to us. 28 goals in the first half of the season, Ox, is a phenomenal amount of goals to be scoring in half a season. He could easily go and make it 40, 45.
I'm going to put it out there, really. I mean, our manager's done a fantastic job, and we're always looking for perfection. But one of the mistakes he made was not playing Alfredo in the first game.
Aye, exactly. Well, Steven Gerrard said that in his post-match interview. He said, "I got the tactics wrong, and I got the team wrong. Got the tactics wrong, and I got the team wrong." And it looked like he learned for it in the cup final. And as much as we never won in the League Cup final, we battered them all over the park for 90 minutes, and then we done it again at Park. You know what I mean, in the league game, and when we beat them 2-1. So it looks like he's learned. Totally.
Come in and Alex, yeah.
Batter them.
Come in a minute.
On you go, mate.
Just to say that I agree with Rudy. I'll give Rudy, there's two names that come to mind. Nathan Adua and that young boy, Ageria. They were both booted out of our game.
The treatment of Nathan Adua, it was absolutely scandalous. And you had players, hammer throwers for the lower leagues, threatening him in the press and all that, and they were quite happy to print it. It was scandalous what went on with Nathan Adua, especially. Ageria as well, as you say, came up here and just got booted all over the park every time. You could see there's a football player there in Ageria. You could see the boy could play a bit of football, but they didn't allow him because of the style. It's a special brand of football they play up here. And but Nathan Adua, for me, was just absolutely scandalous. The way they was talking about him on the radio and the football shows and stuff like that was just absolutely scandalous. How dare he come up here and try and thrill the fans by playing nice football? How dare the boy? I mean, I'm trying to remember, was it against...
Entertain the people, what?
Yeah,
How dare you?
Oh, how dare you do that in Scottish football? But in one game in particular sticks in my mind when he got a forearm smashed to the face and the referee just stood and looked at it and waved play on, and I'm thinking, that's
the tackle for the Livingston boy in the first minute of the cup tie at Ibrox.
Yep. It was scandalous.
One of the worst I've ever seen, mate, honestly.
Absolutely scandalous.
I didn't think Adua was up to... I don't think he'd be able to play with our team now, but at that time, he was a wee bit above what we had as entertainment value goes. But
it was a wee bit of a shining light, wasn't it? Because time, Ox, as you say, we didn't particularly have many players with a wee bit of quality and a wee bit of talent to the game, the kind of player that you want to see in a blue jersey, But so as you say, he wouldn't get into the team now, but back then it was a different story, Ox, And it with Alfredo, we now have some of the absolute garbage written and spoken about Alfredo. It's mind-numbing how these people can actually think like that. But then my mate said to me the other day, they don't actually think like that. They don't. Some of the people that come out with this stuff, it's not about actually thinking that about Alfredo. What they're trying to do is they're trying to do whatever.
Agenda, mate.
Detriment of Rangers and to the detriment of Alfredo. And it's scandalous, Ox. It really is.
And Alfredo had two yellow cards. That was his sins. He got 2 yellow cards, which meant I got a red card.
Yeah.
What did it warrant all this nonsense about?
I know. Yeah.
I don't understand this nonsense as well about this thing hanging over Rangers' heads about this. The SFA are going to look at this. What do you call it? This end of the game.
You're reading the right people. Let it go, mate.
No. Apparently, it's going to go to the rules of the game, isn't it?
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping.
We've been hearing that for 8 years now, haven't we?
Look, there's far more people deserving criticism from the press in Scottish football, mate. The boy Ryan Porteous at Aberdeen, who physically injures players. Brown at Celtic, mate. All his
Ryan Porteous at
misdemeanor. No, is it Hibs? No, who's the boy at Aberdeen?
Ferguson.
No, McKenna or the centre forward you're talking about.
No, okay. So, right, doesn't matter anyway.
It was Ryan Porteous that took.
On you go, Fox. Cosgrove at Aberdeen.
Well, like I said, there's a lot more deserving players to have a bit of stick for the press than Alfredo Morelos. I don't remember him injuring any player during these so-called red cards. I don't think he's a dirty player. I don't think... It's just the referees have got an agenda against him. For me, the Scottish press have an agenda against him. And it's pretty sickening for a Rangers supporter to sit and read the comments that you read on the forums, mate, of what people are saying about Alfredo Morelos. I think he's a terrific young boy. Stephen Gerrard, in a brilliant interview while we were off, praised the boy up to the hilt, says he's a good joker at the club. He's no as dour as the press are making him out to be. And I think it's just a liberty, mate. Absolute liberty what they're doing to that boy.
Here, mate. It'd be great to hear some people's views. So what's the number, Fox?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, GFK?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and you were brought into the call by Fox or Old School Blue. You will probably call in and may phone back. But come in and talk about everything about Rangers.
I mean, the fallout, as we said, Rudy, I've never experienced anything like it, I mean, me and you, mid-20s, mate,
It's like I said there, Ox, a couple of I've never seen a player for any team in Scotland treated like this. It's absolutely scandalous. And the point, my good mate of mine made a point the other day about it. He says, this is the fear. They've got this thing, they know.
Can you smell it, Rudy?
You can. That's what he said. And this is what you're seeing. This is how it's manifesting itself. The fear that we'll win that 55th league title. And that they've got this fear about it. And this is how they're projecting the fear. Is be all this hyperbole about Alfredo that just isn't true. And Alfredo's going to be the brunt of this all the way through the next 4 or 5 months, Ox. He'll keep getting it off them because I'm all for banning, like say, Bill Leckie and the Sun for Ibrox. I'd actually ban the whole lot of them, to be honest with you, because I'm just sick of them. But I don't think it would slope them. If anything, I think it'd probably make them worse. But that's not a reason not to ban them. I'm not saying that's a reason not to ban them. I'm just saying I think it would be worse. But it's down to fear. That's what my big mate says. And I couldn't agree with him more. He says it's down to fear. This is how it's manifesting itself. And the closer we get to that 55th league title, it will get worse. And he's probably right. I think now they see a Rangers team, Ox, that's got the beating of them. They see a Rangers team that's going to put up a bit of a fight this season. And this is, it's us winning that 55th league title is their worst nightmare. So it is.
All right, I'm going to go around the panel and ask you another question. I just want a straight answer. Is that all right, JFK?
Yeah, when you go.
Right, it's a number question. He's all right with that?
Yep.
Right, I want some honesty for you, Fox.
Well, I'll try.
All right, okay. Right, how many times have you watched that game for New Year's Day for the 29th? Bridgeman?
12.
JFK?
Probably about, believe it or not, more than 20 times.
Right. Fox?
You want me to be honest? 5. I've watched it 5 times, mate.
Rudy?
I reckon somewhere around about 6.
Just out of curiosity. Did you see when you watched it back?
I watched it the day again. Because I can't help it. When visitors come up and we'll put it on, I managed to get a copy. I mean, I've got it on my Sky Keep.
I thought it was just your money.
No, it's just. And I've actually got somebody sent me a copy of the Rangers TV version, and it's absolutely wonderful. Listening to Tom Miller.
He always speaks after the game, but I loved it.
It was it's when Brune was coming off the park. It's what he said. Look at your face. 55 is coming. So I've got. I know some people might say, how can you watch something 20 odd times? But the game was on the 29th of December and it's now the 15th of January. So I've only maybe watched it once, twice a couple of days.
See, in the last couple of minutes, Jimmy, you still shouting at the telly.
Of course,
blow the whistle.
Aye, of course, you're 100% there, folks. Aye, it's in his, isn't it? Yeah. And
I'm still wanting Alfredo to shoot when he's running through.
Exactly.
Still, and when the tackles go in and all, you're still shouting at the telly. Right. Blah blah blah. I must say 20 times easy.
I asked the question for a reason, JFK, and I'm not. Right. No, I don't think you'll be alone in your numbers. Yes,
I don't think you'll be alone.
When you've watched it, Summer of Football was absolutely superb, particularly in both halves, and we should have won by more goals. But the refereeing, when you watch it, just, I don't know about yourself. I'm going to go to Fox with this first because he's very fair. It just got worse and worse. When I watched it back, when you've not got the same, if you like, pressure on your nerves or whatever you want to call it, I just couldn't believe it. And I think it'd be fair to say that I'm no one for criticising referees. When he gave the penalty and then he said after Morelos, it was as if he couldn't wait to get the cards out of his pockets.
There was also another bit. See, when Ryan Kent scored, mate, he was right round the back of the players having a word with Alfie. Alfie hadn't done anything. That's how bad he was. I don't know what instructions that referee had before the start of the game, but obviously
Mr. Lawwell.
Well, he carried him out to the letter, and it was just a shame for him that we were just too good for them.
Fox, you're no one for blaming referees, but I think you would have to admit that was an appalling performance.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. It wasn't just a one mistake. There was a catalogue of about 20 mistakes in that game, mate. As you say, absolutely shocking decisions in it.
Really bad.
I mean, you know my thoughts on Clancy, Ox. I've told you off air what I think of Clancy, and nothing I saw on the 29th changed my mind. It was the most utterly one-sided refereeing display I think I've ever seen in a game, and that includes games with Clancy as well. Personally, for me, I don't know what we can do about this, because that kind of refereeing, we could talk about it. Steven Gerrard can bring it up, and probably when you win the games, maybe the right time to bring it up. I don't think there's much you can do about it. What you have to do, or what we can do, I say we Rangers, what Rangers can do is be the better team on the day and put the ball in the back of the net. Clancy's a good pitch, him walking off the pitch, and you see how gutted he was that he couldn't help his team out. It was just, and it's like you say, every time you watch the game, Ox, it just gets worse and worse, because you're sitting back watching it proper, all the emotion's gone out of it. Because you know the score, you know how well Rangers played. The first half, for me, the first 45 minutes, some of the football Rangers played, I thought was absolutely exhilarating to watch. I thought it was superb, some of the football that was played. The second half was played at a wee bit slower pace, but they controlled it really well. It was about controlling the second 45 for me. I just thought it was an outstanding all-round performance, and that's how you defeat referees like Clancy. Put the ball in the back of the net, you be the better team on the day, and you win the game, Ox.
Bridgeman, any comment?
Yeah, I can't disagree with anyone saying. Can I say, the man Clancy? I think the story says it all. That for the last 14 days, and I dare say in the press all over, all they've been doing is slagging young Morelos. Since that game finished, all they've done is that. And that man's walked off that pitch, that referee, and he's never been, not one story has been written about him. Not one thing's been said in the negative about that referee. No one have said anything positive either, but they've not said anything negative. That's the person, that referee, and we call him before him, and their agenda-driven decisions, they should be getting written about. They're the things that should be getting written. No, what Morelos did. As I said earlier, Morelos did nothing. All he did was get booked twice. 2 yellow cards, that's just nothing. That means nothing. Okay, you got to get a red. Finished. They never killed anybody, never kicked anybody, never did anything all during the game. Nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, Morelos is an innocent party. A stupid booking against Brown. I thought the referee was disgraceful in giving that one.
Brown.
I know, exactly. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, there was nothing in that game for us to be worried about other than the referee. And it was proven right. Our manager's been proven right in the last twice that we've played them. He's asked for decent decisions, no controversial stuff that's going to win or lose the game for anyone. And I'll tell you what, we never got a good decision against them anyway. Everything we did, our goals were absolutely brilliant goals, superb goals, and I'm very happy, very, very happy to finish that way. But no, that man, Colum and Clancy should never, ever be allowed to referee a Rangers game again. No matter who we're playing, never.
I said to you the show before the game, when I found out that Clancy was the referee, I said, we won't finish that game with 11 men on the park. And his second booking for Alfredo was an absolute disgrace. Before Alfredo hit the grass, he had his hand in his back pocket. He was just waiting for something.
He'd have just blew up, mate.
Yep.
Yeah.
He could have just blew up.
Of course.
Having watched it the 20 odd times, I still can't believe the refereeing on the day. But what astounds me is the what has been said about for me, Brown was booked twice. I don't care what MD says, that he made a statement that he was trying to show Katic the second yellow card, to make sure that he'd seen it. He said no. The two-fitted lunge by Christie. We could go on and on, but what really sticks in my throat, Oxchair, is that I'd probably same as everybody else's, that they've made all sorts of moans and groans about it. They want the referee decisions looked at more, and they want clarification and that. But nobody's actually talked really about how bad the referee was, because Lywell and his cohorts have made complaints about the way that they were treated, and it's absolutely disgusting. And if anybody else out there can see out with Rangers, that there's an agenda against Rangers. I don't like to use the word conspiracy because it's a word that they use quite often, and a word that they use quite a lot is integrity. This is a club like no other. It's a club like no other who has no integrity whatsoever. And what is happening here is they're trying to vilify the Glasgow Rangers because they know, and they're peeing their pants here, that they know that the 55's a right good possibility for us, and they don't like that. And the sad thing is that there's people in the media, and I include ex-Rangers players in that, who are jumping on the bandwagon and are just muddling along with it, and it's an absolute disgrace. I'm not going to name them because they're not worth naming, but they should be ashamed of themselves. And I would disassociate myself from calling them even ex-Rangers players. I'm absolutely disgusted what I've heard in the last couple of weeks. No, we won a game of football against a team who are never happy. They're the worst winners and losers.
Yeah, they can't win with dignity, Jimmy, and they can't win.
Exactly. And Stevie G's comments about the violin, they've even jumped on that. Is you're not allowed to make a comment? No, somebody makes a complaint about whatever, and so why not just get the violins out? And that's what Steven Gerrard said. And there's people in the media who are jumped on that as if he's done something wrong. No, and it's absolutely disgusting that this is happening. And the best thing that could happen for Scottish football is for the Glasgow Rangers today, the 55, and then we'll see what happens. And as Oxyar says, the follow the money syndrome might implode in them sooner rather than later. But we'll all talk about that, obviously, in the coming weeks and months when everything starts to become apparent. But absolutely disgusting.
I've been trying that follow the money, you know what I mean? I'm a man at practice, but I preach JFK. 4 times I've tried it. Every time I've ended up at Bridges' house.
Well, I can see why you're thinking like that. Aye.
Shocker.
Anyway, we've also, before we go to the tune, young Stardug's joined us. How we doing, young man?
Hey, Stardug.
Stardug.
How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy Same to you, mate. Same to you.
I think we should make a pact that we never leave each other again early holidays.
Well, you can make that pact, mate.
I'm glad you are back.
Well, look, mate, I'll be honest with you. I promised I wouldn't tell anybody, but sometimes you feel you let the cat out of the bag. The reason we couldn't come on is because Fox had his audition for that one at Love Island.
Aye, yeah, I can believe that, mate. He's got my vote.
He obviously never get. He's on the reserve list, so if we have to, the show is that fair. Anytime in the next few weeks, you know he can be called up.
Yeah, excellent. He's got my vote anyway.
Ah, brilliant. Good old Fox, that's shocking.
How good is it to be a Rangers fan?
Oh, it's never been a bad time, mate. It's never been a bad thing to be. It's just that...
No, but there's a glow and there's a feeling, mate, and I know I sense a couple of panic buys across the other side of the city and everything just seems to be ticking there smoothly.
Oh, did I laugh? I tell you who's got it right, Stardog, and I'll take this to you and then I'll go to Rudy with it. Dave King.
Yep.
When he said it will only take a bit and watch this space, he's been proved right.
Yep. He's been proved right, mate. He's been proved right. And you know something? It's exactly what I said. It's a couple of panic buys, mate, there. Everything seems to be running smoothly for us, our manager. We just hope.
You're right there. Oh, we lost Stardog.
Sounds like Connor stole the microphone off him.
No, I dropped my phone.
Don't you dare.
I dropped my phone. But everything seems to be ticking there nicely, mate. As I say, panic buys across the other side of the city. Everything's ticking there nicely. We're just trying to hold on to the players we've got this season, mate. I think that's the most important thing through January.
I think good point, Stardog, but I think if somebody came in with crazy money, anybody could go, but it would need to be crazy money. Rudy?
I'd like to see us keep, like Stardog, everybody there, Ox, because they've got a real team mentality about them now. And they play for each other, they fight for each other, they back each other up now. You know, they're playing like a proper team now, Ox, you know. And I reckon we maybe just need a couple of years, freshen things up slightly. I'm happy with the way that they've been playing. I'm happy with the run they've been on. In December there, 5 wins, 1 draw, and I think it was 15 goals scored as opposed to 3 against or something like that. I mean, the League Cup final was a huge disappointment. We should have battered them 4 or 5-0 that day, the amount of chances that we created. For 90 minutes, Ox, we battered them all over the park. They knew that. They knew. They can make a big noise about winning the League Cup all they want, but they know they got a batter on that day. The only thing we did in the day was put the ball in the back of the net, So you're going to the second half of the season. I'm like Startup. I just want to keep the team together. I want them to keep focused, and I want them to keep playing the kind of football that we've been watching of them. And when it matters, like it's going to matter against them, because we're not going to drop many points between now and the end of the season, Ox. Not the way we did last season. This is different. This is a different team now. So it is. They know how to fight to win games. It's going to be tough to win where you're playing a team with 10 men behind the ball. It looks like they've worked out how to do that now. I believe the Pataudry game where they were 2-0 up and dropped 2 points in that game, I believe that they had the gas because they had their mind on the cup final coming up. I think that's what happened to them that night at Pataudry, because for that first 20 minutes, they were superb for 20 minutes in that first game when they went 2-0 up. I want to just keep the team together. I'd like to see 1 or 2 fresh faces, but that's it for me. And Stardog says the panic buying started early road. 60 million wage bill, and they're screaming like mad for new players.
Because is that how much their wage bill is?
It's I think my nephew says 58 or 59 million.
Oh my God.
So I knew that they're panic buying like mad. They put this young guy in, 3.5 million for Poland. Nobody's ever heard of the boy. Spent 3.5 million. They had my nephew was telling me, they had a guy on a Polish football expert on Radio Snide the other night. And they're talking him up. So anyway, he gets the Polish football expert boy on. And he had next to nothing to say about the guy at all. Like he would just, Evans his nose was put out of joint because he didn't say he was a fantastic young player and all that stuff. And the guy was like, "Look, I can only tell you what I see. This is my thing, Polish football. I can only tell you, he had a poor season last season. He's only scored seven goals." And they were bumming him up before the guy came on and all that, talking about this is their next world superstar apparently. Listen, this is what they do. All the hyperbole. Every time they get a player, it's the greatest player that the world's ever seen. And that's it already again with these new signings. They're nobodies. These players have done nothing in the game and they're nobodies, and they're splashing out big cash because, as Stardog says there, rightly so, it's panic buying.
I like that. Panic buys. GFK, then Fox.
I'm laughing at Rudy said there. I thought he was going to say what I was. I also was listening to some of the things, and it was Mr. Keevan's my arch enemy, and he actually made a comment, and he wasn't saying it was him, but he says, I've actually heard this player has been compared to I hope I'm saying it right, as Lewandowski.
Lewandowski, yeah.
Aye, and I fell off my chair. And I'm sitting thinking, come on now. Did you hear it, Rudy? Aye. He says, there is people saying they've compared them. No, come on. Wake up, and don't get me wrong. Look, we got Alfredo and nobody'd ever heard him, and he's turned out to be obviously a Rangers legend. And this boy could be the same, but no at 3.5 million for me. So bring it on. A £59 million wage bill.
And rising,
and bring it on. If we need to bring MD in, then maybe. I still think that we should have another backup striker, but the gaffer will make that decision short and long term. But
you mentioned that Dundee, the boy for United up at Dundee United now, banged in another hat. That boy right now.
Do you know? I like what he's doing, but I think, I go back to like Greg Docherty for Hamilton and things like that. But I looked at this boy Tyrus Campbell. He looks apart. He looks somebody that we could maybe nurture for the next couple of seasons. And he looks a player to me. And if we can get him for 400,000, I would take him, because I think Scumdy United will try and hold us to ransom. Tell him to sit on it.
Aye.
Do you think Rangers are going to go and try and buy him?
No, I don't see it, mate.
I don't
know.
see it.
Okay.
He's a confessed, professed blue nose and that, but that doesn't make him, But for me, I think if Rangers were going to get him, they'd have went from Benu, they'd have gone for Wallies, as they say. So for me, it's still a no-no for Shankland. I like the look of the boy, Tyrese Campbell. I think he could be a player a couple of years for us. But
You've got to look at the system we play in. The way we play, the energy we play in. And I think the boy Shankland's a finisher. There's no doubt in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't know if he's at the standard of football player that we require to keep us improving as a squad. And that's no slight the boy because he's one of our own. I wish him all the best in his career. And if he did come to us, I would wish him all the best, but I just can't see it.
Yeah.
But I've been round before. And you come, Fox, before we go to a tune?
On Lawrence Shankland.
No, just start dug the point he made about a certain team. I know you're a study of world football, mate, the monopoly map, and you've chuckled at the last week. The panic buys.
I don't think they're panic buys. I think they're just risking quite a lot on in case Edward gets injured. Or he may go on a wee shooting spree with his air gun again. We don't know. Something bad could happen to him. So I think the Polish boy, I don't know what to think of him at all, because he's playing in the lower leagues. Well, he was playing in the lower leagues the year before and had a couple of months of scoring in Poland. So I'm not expecting that much for him. I think he'll be a prospect, but nothing to fear for us in the next couple of months of the season.
And you come, Bridge?
Yeah, I agree with Fox. I don't know. But based on the way you guys are speaking about it, because I haven't read too much about this other than on Follow. And based on Follow, they're panicking across the city. And based on what you guys are saying, that you're backing that up a wee bit more meat on it. They've spent $3.5 million. This Polish guy, as you say. I know nothing about the guy, so you just need to wait and see. But if they're expecting him to turn out to be a £35 million sell-on, then we need to watch out for that kind of thing. I don't know if the guy's any good or no, but normally when they bring somebody in and they've spent some money, as an expectation within 6 months, he signed a new contract and they've got him up at 25 million or something like that. That's the kind of pattern they come away with. I don't know if it'll happen or no. Personally, I'm quite happy. We need the Rangers. If we're going to do anything, we're going to do it to strengthen and create better quality, bring in better quality. And some of the guys you've mentioned earlier on.
And we're clearing the decks as well, Bridge. Yeah?
That's it, exactly. That's what we need to do what we need to do, get ourselves back on a level pegging, and don't worry about being, shall we say, owing a lot of money. Don't need to worry about it. We shouldn't be owing any money now. They should be all getting cleared.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we'll reach that time of the evening. We'll come back to Stardog after we've had a tune, so get yourself on mute.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day up, and it's up to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers win the European Cup, England won the happy
We'll rally round an Ibrox, 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we'll love to hear the cry. We'll love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We'll love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We'll love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we'll up to hear the cry. We'll up to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We'll up to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We'll up to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we'll up to hear the cry. We'll up to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We'll up to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We'll up to see the Rangers score.
Yeah, enjoy that, Bridge?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Dancing along the kitchen here, boy. Dancing along the kitchen. Magic.
Well, I've had a message from our Glasgow Northwest correspondent.
Right.
He's watched the game over 30 times.
30. Big Stevie for the drum.
I never mentioned any names.
I'm not going to say anything, but that's who it was.
Hey, Starberg, you back with us? You back with us, mate?
Back, mate, aye.
I mean, I think your point's valid. I mean, I take the bad potential. That would be their argument. But $3.5 million, you're looking for.
For what I hear, mate, the guy's fast. You know what I mean? And I think Shea Ojo's living proof that speed gets you basically nowhere up here. You need a bit more than speed. So good luck with finding space up in Scotland for your speed, mate.
When you play, if you're a speed merchant, mate, you need grass in front of you.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's true. And up here, mate, all you get is 2 banks of 5. So good luck with that.
You see, with their fullback, mate, you can bring the ball up, but instead there's nothing after it.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
You know,
That's it. So, aye, delighted with the way things are going now. I think this is day and night for last season. I really do. I think Steven Gerrard's
put your finger on it for me then. Is he learned or
he's learned 100%. Aye. No, I think it was his first. That was his first ever managerial job. I think he was finding his feet last year. This year, I think early summer, mate, he's developed a system and he's just became ruthless, absolute ruthless as a manager. I think Michael Beale and Gary McAllister, they're absolute ruthless in the training ground and all with the sessions, the drills that they do. I just think we're a lot more accurate, we're a lot more precise this year. We're a proper team this year, mate. We really are a proper team. And I think in January, all Rangers need to do now is we need to develop a 6-month plan. That 6-month plan for me would be keep everybody, your Borna Barisic's, Kamara's, Aribos, Morelos's, anybody else that's like to move away. We need to keep that solid core of 15 players for 6 months at least, because I do really feel as if in the summer it's going to be a full new rebuilding job, but that's fine, mate. We've got trophies to win before that happens, so if we're bringing anybody in, I would like to see that boy Therese Campbell, the same as Jimmy was mentioning, but not to come in and start scoring and starting straight away. I would like to see him getting bred in, maybe for the start of next season and things like that, just get a feel for the club. No major changes are needed. We just need to keep going the way we're going, mate, and I'm fairly confident that we'll get what we deserve this year, because I honestly do feel like across the city, not even just across the city, mate, the rest of Scottish football seems to have noticed that everybody seems to just be waking up now after that game at New Year there. Everybody just seems to be waking up and thinking, maybe Rangers are here this time. I honestly don't think we're going away. it's going to be the Steven Gerrard era for the next 2-3 seasons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
You hit on the Oxford. You hit on Steven Gerrard about the last game against, well, the game before when the Beggars beat us. You know, I think the gaffer made a big mistake that day, the way he set the team out. But I think he's learned massively for that, and I think that showed in the way we went further on as the season went. So I still would like to see bring in a striker.
When you think back to that game, mate, Barisic, Kent, and Morelos weren't playing.
No, I know that, but I think that the way he set out his team, he crowded the midfield too much. But that's a game gone. What we're talking about is, I mean, I think the gaffer's learnt for that, you know, and that's been good for us. As I say, I still would like to see I'd like to see bring in a striker who would. You spoke about this before, somebody who'd be willing to sit as the second or third striker, in the off chance that Alfredo or Jermaine Defoe get some sort of injury and suspension. The boy Tyrese Campbell for me is one for the future, and if he's worth 400,000-500,000, then I think they should take that option up, because they can't sell him to an English club because they want to sell him to an English club, but obviously his agent's got other ideas, because his price down there is something like 3 to 5 million. But because he's the cross-border rules and that, we would get him for between 400,000 and 500,000. So I think he'd be a decent player for the next couple of years. Shankland for me is a no-no, but I still think that we could maybe be doing with a couple of others. And right back position for me is still we need somebody in there as back up to Tav.
Is Polster not the answer for you?
Polster is the answer for me, mate.
But he's a married man.
He's a married man now. I'm wondering. I mean, we're hearing. Obviously, we'll talk about the Friday's game tomorrow and Friday, but I'm hearing that Big Tav's got a good chance. I know been playing. He's got a bout of the flu.
Aye, just leave him. Just forget about him.
Forget about him, because I think there would have been changes anyway. Oxford being Stranraer.
What about the boy Patterson?
Patterson, aye.
Nah, no for me.
We're going to come to that.
But I still think that if the boy Polster's not going to get a shout, then we should maybe bring in a backup right back in. But apart from that, I'm really happy.
What about the left back position then, Jimmy? What about a decent left back for cover for Barisic?
Well, I think
you're going to. I think if you're sensible about it, Rudy, you've got to think you've got to bring one in that can maybe cover both sides. You're not going to get somebody that's going to come in. Let's say an internationalist. You say, by the way, we'll bring you in as cover.
No, of course not.
You're looking to improve your squad and your team. It's very difficult to get to this next level. It's going to be. It's not going to be as easy as people think.
If you pick your top 11 ups, right? Mm-hmm. I would say.
Was that your top 11?
29.
Parkhead.
That's my top 11.
Yeah.
So there's your top 11. Now, anybody you bring in after that has got to be better than that top 11, right? If you want them to hit the ground running right away, right? If that's your intention, that's going to take money, Ox. That's going to take money to replace the players that we've already got in that top 11. So then you're saying to them, well, look, you're going to come in as cover. You're not going to start every game, but you're coming in. I want a good squad of players. So you're coming in as cover, whatever position it happens to be, whether it's a fullback position, somewhere in the midfield or up front. So you're then saying to them, you're not going to play every game. So
that's not everybody's bag, is it?
No, and that's where the problem is going to be, And it's like you say, we've got to a certain level now. It's a really, really good level. Some of the performances this year have been excellent, none more so than in Europe for me as well, against the likes of Porto and Feyenoord, two top-class European sides. But how do you get to that next level? How do you get there? It's going to take that extra bit of push to get to the next level, Ox, you know what I mean? That isn't going to be easy.
A lot of luck with scouting, mate, and £15 million players, £20 million players to get to the next level. Bridgeman, what's it like not being picked every week? It must be hard.
I can honestly say I never really experienced that every year. But
but I think the recruitment staff, Bridge, and then we'll go to Stardog. we knew we had to get rid of players, and it's no slight on the players. I mean, Jamie Murphy was excellent for us. Came in, very intelligent football, lovely lad. Just a bad injury, wrong time, wrong place. Everything's went against the boy, and now he can't get. He's not going to get ahead of Ryan Kent, is he?
Well, I think you're seeing what's happening. We've said this for the last 2 years. Anybody who gets injured, and including even the boy Jordan Jones, you get yourself out of that team as Rangers march forward, and the confidence goes in them. The momentum gets up. Everything gets up. These guys are flying. The Rangers players are absolutely flying with everything that's going for them. And anybody who's going to have to fight their way back in there are really got to be good. And I'm afraid that Jamie Murphy was a great player for us, smashing player, unfortunately got injured, and I don't think, by the look of things and the sound of things, I don't think he's ever going to be fit enough to get back into that team that's playing 100
plus
mile
his
an hour
hands at
football.
times, mate. What is he? Early 30s now?
Absolutely, yep. And young Jordan Jones, he was just starting to, shall we say, make a name at Ibrox and do things. Everybody wanted to see him, see what it was like. We're all desperate to see it. And there he comes out and he plays against them and he does it. Unfortunately, gets injured. But it's not just a wee injury, it's a big injury. Massive injury. It cost him anywhere between 4 and 6 months in his career. He might struggle to get back in. Took him a long enough time to get in. Now he's got to try and get back in. And the boys are playing absolutely superb. So I don't know where he's going to fit in. However, I do like him. He might do it. But anybody, it's really unfortunate, anyone who falls out from an injury perspective in a team like Rangers, the way they're going, has got a hell of a fight to get back in again.
Well, look at Greg Stewart, Bridgeman, how hard it is for him to get a start. You know, every time he scores and he affects the game, he scored 2 against Tash Kent in the friendly match. He scored against.
Did you call him Rudy?
Tash Kent.
Oh, no, David, I'll do. That's as good as anything.
Like that. Yeah. But, you know, so look how hard it is for Greg Stewart to get a game. You know, and yet every time he plays, it looks really good to me. He scores goals, it affects the game, and yet he's struggling to get a start in that starting 11. You know, so it's right what you say, Ox, that next step is going to be going to take a big push to get that step up. So it's
Stardog, the first 11, and I'm not having a go here. I think you might be proved right. I mean, Herlander's come in, he's got injured, and he's been out, and he was playing okay, Herlander. Obviously, you've always been a fan of Katic.
Aye, but it was never ever to be the expense of Philip Herlander, mate. I think everybody knows my centre back pairing would be Katic and Herlander. But that game, I don't know, it just had so many signs in previous seasons gone by where we'd won the league. You know, things happening in different places at the park in certain minutes of the game. I mean, the minute that Katic scored in, mate, if that's not a sign, I don't know. I mean, my hero scores in the 55th minute. Wow. Do you get what I mean? That's amazing. So that's my first 11, mate, 100%. I would like to see Big Hollander getting a shot beside Katic at some point, but I can't fault Golston. His performance in the Old Firm game was absolutely phenomenal.
He was excellent.
Aye, he was excellent, mate.
I think we're just starting to see Golston at his best. He might improve. I don't know if he'll be able to improve, but he's been absolutely majestic at the back. Okay, there's going to be the odd mistake, but really and truly, he's kept the guys going, shouting at them, cajoling them. Fantastic. You can't ask for any better from a centre half, to be honest. Great, just great.
I think as well.
I used the word. On you go, Stardog.
I think what's proved there the right hand side, mate. I spoke about it the past couple of months. You know, nobody had went and nailed down that position, but Joe Aribo seems to have a real understanding with Morelos and Kent on that right hand side, and he's dangerous, mate. I mean, his touch was absolutely wow.
That was worth the ticket money alone, wasn't it?
Well, do you know something, mate? You were talking about how many times you've watched the game. How many times I've watched that touch in Ryan Kent's celebration? I've probably watched it a couple of times between the two of them.
Just brilliant, isn't it? Just brilliant.
He's a street player, Joe Aribo. Fox, you're the man that's had the wisdom over the years to say about stages and plateaus, and when you get to this is going to be harder than people think, but we've got to get this one. To get to the next level, we have to nail this level, eh?
Of course we do, but we need to remember that when the manager first came in, he said it was a 4-year process to get Rangers back to the top again. Now, winning the league in Scotland is big for the support and big for the club. But I think he's got other intent. I think he's looking towards Europe, getting us back to where we are at Europe level as well. And obviously the squad will change a lot. I feel sorry for people like Andy Halliday and players like him, especially big Wes Foderingham, who have sat in the background there, never complained, done go on with their job. But unfortunately, we'll probably lose players like them. But I think at this present time, the manager's already stated that maybe one signing in this window. But I think what they will be doing in the background is looking towards the summer transfer window and adding to already a brilliant looking basic squad of 15. And I think we'll buy again big in the summer, and that'll help us step up in class.
Were you shocked that we get rid of Gresder, mate? I thought he was somebody that was just going to sit. I really did, mate, and just become an annoyance and sit and take his wages. So obviously we've moved him on. Obviously it might not be the best financial move ever, but you'll gain in the long run. Were you shocked at that, folks?
No, I was always expecting him to leave. Look, he came with a bit of a reputation, international player. Looked to be good when we saw clips of him playing, and like I did on YouTube, thought he was very clever. But he just didn't settle into Scottish life, or else he settled in too well to Scottish life with the number of drink driving charges he got. But he's a way back, and I don't know. I think that we'll go back into that sort of neck of the woods again, looking for people coming out of contract in Croatia and places like that, and that's where we'll add the class coming into the summer.
Right, mate, all right. I was surprised we got rid of him. I just thought he would sit personally. You know, that we were getting signals that he wasn't the best of blokes, so that he's moved on and gone, and he will be forgotten. Stardom, and then Rudy.
I tell you what, I think that's an absolute great bit of business, Buzz, managing to get him off the books like that, mate. I think that's absolutely phenomenal for Ross Wilson to come in and that to be one of the first names to get off the books, who was taking up a fair amount of wages, I would imagine, mate, which is important for us. Same when we're talking about if we're bringing replacements in, the wages have got to be right. You don't want to be paying folk too much to be on the bench, and that proves that, mate. So I think getting rid of Gresta was a great bit of business for us.
I agree. Rudy?
It was. I mean, we were getting nothing out of the boy, absolutely nothing, and he was on a fair chunk of wages. And I think he didn't exactly enamour himself with the Rangers support with some of his actions. You know, you don't go into a tournament in Northern Ireland and spit and stuff like that. That's a no-no for a Rangers player. That's the kind of things they get up to. We don't act like that. Our players don't act like that. So it was a great bit of business by Ross Wilson. There's a sell-on clause and all. It's way back UCA. They sell him on to somebody else maybe in a year or two's time if he's playing well over there, and they sell on, then we get a bit of money back for that as well. So that's all right. All right, we lost money on him. That's all right. Because it's better that we get him off the wage bill. The wages are going to be needed come the summertime, Ox. That money's going to be needed come the summertime for new signings.
Well, you've got to free up that wages. It's not a bottomless pit, mate. If you're looking to go and get maybe, I don't know, let's just say 2 players at £25,000 a week to move you to a next level, if that's what you think you've got to do, you've got to find that 50,000 every week.
Well, Jimmy came up with he had a great list just a few weeks ago there, Jimmy. I think you had about 4 players on it, Jimmy, didn't you?
His bucket list, that's even better.
I think
I think a few of them will be wasted, Rudy. I think they will go, and that includes guys going out on loan.
Did you know want it to be about 100 grand in wages or something?
Aye, easy. And Grisder was allegedly on 25 grand a week.
Oh, money for nothing, eh?
And I'm the same as Ox here. I thought he'd have sat tight and held out for his contract and that. But well done to Rangers. There's a lot of different figures being bandied about that we get 1.5 for him with a sell-on clause. Others are saying 2 million we got from a sell-on clause. But
my understanding, JFK, is we get no money for him.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know that. It's just he's undisclosed.
We saved 2 million in wages.
Aye, A lot of different things are being said, Ox. I agree with you. So we don't really know, but it's good to get him off. Is he a bad influence in the dressing room when he was there? Probably. He's seemingly. I mean, you'd said yourself earlier, probably in about the 9th or 10th game of the season. Is he'd a bit of a problem with the booze and that, and he'd been into a bit of trouble here and there. So look, he's away now, and he's no your problem. He's away back to Aussie now, so we'll see if we can recoup any money back off him in the short or long term. But for me, it's a great bit of business. The Ross Wilkes to get rid of him. But look, I would say there's probably another 5 or 6, probably 7 to leave before the end of January, whether it be loan or hang me. I don't understand the Greg Docherty one. I would have rather have seen Rangers get some money for him. Because I don't think he's got a future at Rangers. Unfortunately, Jamie Murphy hasn't. But I'd have thought they maybe gave him a better team than Burton Albion in the 3rd tier of English football. But that if it is what it is,
He knows the manager there, mate. He knows the manager there, doesn't he?
Aye, I know that. I know it. But if he's got any aspirations to go anywhere, I mean, I don't know. I think he'd be on a decent wage at Ibrox, and Rangers are probably picking up some of that slack. But it's a shame for Jamie. Having met him a few times, he's been my neck of the woods and that, and I had a lot of good feeling about him coming to Ibrox, but unfortunately it never worked for me after the way he went earn his knee that day. So whatever happens to him in the future, I wish Jamie all the best. But for me, Greg Docherty, I don't see a future for him, Oxshire. That's just I think if he'd have been a future Rangers player, he'd have been playing for the team, even in the subs bench. But he's not even getting that. So
was he the player that the manager? And I'll take this to Stardog after UGFK. Was he the player that the manager said get further away from the first team with his performance in the friendly there at the weekend?
Definitely, 100%. Aye.
Yeah, you didn't even know he was on the pitch, did you?
It was an empty jersey, as the saying is. It was a very, very poor performance. He strolled about the park there, didn't look as if he was interested. So for me, I'd rather I get some money for him or get a free transfer. No, get him off the wage bill. No, if he goes and plays for Sunderland, so what, or Charlton. So for me, I'll never get a chance to play for Rangers again.
You seem a bit unhappy about the boy in the year. I thought you quite liked him, Greg Docherty.
No, I never ever liked Greg Docherty. I thought that when he first came, I thought he was going to be a player, but as things went on, it looked to me as if he's not going to make it. And he went and same as McCrory. I mean, what is McCrory? Where is he now?
He's back, Ibrox, mate.
That's what I'm saying. He's back now. No, and young Middleton, he's back. He's seemingly going out and loan.
I think he's going to Ross County. That's what I'm picking up, mate.
I heard that as well. Aye. So, and Zach Rudden, as we know, he's new with Partick Thistle. So there's a few there that'll probably will go before the end of January. Probably Andy Halliday will go. He's surplus.
I don't know if Andy will stay. I've got a funny feeling Andy will stay at the club.
You think so?
He might try and get a move, but arrange for he'll move in the summer. That's again my understanding. Stardog, can you come, mate?
I think a wee bit of a shame for Jamie Murphy. It was a player that came in, mate, at a time we were kind of struggling. He gave us he gave us something a bit different, mate, a bit of pace and a bit of excitement up front. But as times have moved on, mate, and we've developed a real strong squad. And I mean, that can only be a good thing for Middleton, that just to get off the books for a while again. These boys need first team football as well. And Greg Docherty, mate, it was a strange one. Again, I was like Jimmy when he first came. I thought he was going to be a player, but again, that's a very, very different Rangers team we're talking about. So it could have looked as if he was going to be a player in amongst Russell Martins and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just times have moved on, mate, and I really don't believe he has got a future at Rangers either. It's the same way Ross McCrory. And if they go, mate, they go with my best wishes. I would only wish them all the best. You know what I mean? There's Rangers people and things like that, and sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. So it's just one of the things, mate. The main focus is now, like I said before in the show, we need to keep the team that we've got together. That core 14, 15 players. Nobody can leave this squad for me, mate. And meanwhile, we need to get rid of the people that aren't going to get game time ways and don't have a future in the team. I think that's just important, just to clear up the books and ready to start afresh again in the summer.
Rudy Bear.
The 4 or 5 names that's mentioned there is not getting anywhere near that team, Ox. Unfortunately for them, they're all good guys, the blue noses, some of them, stuff like that. But they're not getting near that team. They're not getting on the bench. Never mind in the starting 11. The team's moved on drastically since the likes of Jamie Murphy and that. I like Jamie Murphy when he came in. I thought he gave us something a wee bit different. But it's all Stardust just said that the team's moved on. It's going to move on again come the summer transfer window as well. Hopefully, you were talking about that next step. Well, hopefully that happens in the summer. So these players are not going to get anywhere near a starting position. They're not going to get anywhere near the bench, never mind a starting position. So the sooner we get them, we get them out either on loan, but some of them hopefully will be able to get a bit of money back for them and get them out to other teams, the better, in my opinion, because it frees up a lot when they come the summer transfer window. You know, the team's just too good. It's playing too well. There's too much quality in it for any of them. They're marked now, and their time's passed. It's gone now. Their time's gone now, unfortunately.
But that's well said, mate. The time's gone. It's a cruel game, football, mate.
Certainly is. It certainly is.
You know but also beautiful, mate. It's cruel.
You see, it's a cruel game, but they know that. They're professionals. They're professional football players. And I don't doubt the majority of them want to be playing football week in, week out. I mean, Greg Docherty went down to Shrewsbury last season, voted player of the season, scored a load of goals and got loads of man of the match awards and stuff. But playing for Shrewsbury is a different thing to playing for the famous Glasgow Rangers, Oxford, you know what I mean? So, like I say, their time's gone now. So that's unfortunate for them, but they're professional players. It's time for them to move on elsewhere.
When I see Greg playing, when I watched him on Saturday there, and I'll go to Fox. I mean, obviously, he comes across a really nice lad, and that. He gets the ball, he works hard, though I didn't think he was particularly great in the friendly there, but he works hard, he carries the ball. But what he lets himself down for, he's not a natural passer. And you've got to have that the way we play the game at the moment. Fox?
I'd agree. I agree with everything you said there about young Docherty. I think putting them out on loan again isn't a bad thing, Ox. Some players take a wee bit longer than others to get into their stride. And he's getting more and more experience, and he's still young. If he doesn't make it this time with Sunderland, we'll probably get rid of the boy. But you never know in football how things can turn round, Ox. And I wouldn't write him off just yet. I'm quite happy with him going out on loan.
All right, it's a deal where they'll be covering his wages, and that helps us free up money, which we're just looking at the pounds, shillings and pence, Bridgeman.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just say, please, this is a plea for Bridgeman to the Rangers. Please don't look at anybody north of the border. Get down there and among the sort of lower leagues of the English divisions if you want to, but don't bring MD in for any of the Scottish teams. You've seen all the hatred that's came across, and it came pouring out after that New Year's game, Hogmanay game, whenever it was, 29th of December, and it's no stop. It's been running every day, and it's still running today. The meltdown in the whole of Scottish press, media, all over the media, and all the supporters is there for everybody to see. Don't buy any players for Scottish teams. Keep your money in your pocket to spend elsewhere, because all you're doing is you're just keeping them going. That's all you're doing.
What about if there was a good young boy, say, at any club in Scotland, Bridge, and we went in? Would you prefer we just never went in at all for them?
Right at this moment, absolutely. I don't want to entertain any of them. Look, we've tried it. We went in and we brought young Greg Docherty in. We brought another couple of boys before them. We brought Lafferty, perhaps, and so on and so forth. We've given, look at number 29, Halloran. Went in there and gave them £500,000. We got absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Right, Jack.
So do you disagree with the Kamara deal?
What's that, buddy?
The Kamara deal, do you disagree with that?
No. But remember,
Yeah.
We were getting the deals we got for Ryan Jack and Glenn Kamara were the what do you call them, the Bosman deals, you know, the 6-month pre-contract deals. We'd already signed the pre-contract for these boys. The deal that they did and given Dundee £50,000 so that he could play the new, played right into our hands, and that was fine. We didn't have a problem with that. Other than that, no. You're just, seriously, I mean, look at the deal we got for, unfortunately, Jones is injured. We got 3 absolutely cracking players in the pre-contract deals. That's the kind of deals we want with teams. if we can get it. If not, maybe get some of the deals that we got for likes of Rebo. And I don't know who's the boy you mentioned there. I want to mention the boy Campbell. Doing in England. He's supposed to be going to come up.
Campbell from Stoke City Bridge.
That's it.
19 years old.
And there you go. And the chances are we're going to get him on one of these cross-border contracts where it's going to be 300,000 or something like that. These are the kind of things we're looking for. In my opinion.
I think this is the way the club should be moving. You know, we've got Alfredo Morelos there. I mentioned earlier on the show, I think the wages is very, very important. You don't want to get somebody that's maybe at the tail end of their career that's going to come up here and sit on the bench and demand maybe £15,000-20,000 a week. It would have to be somebody that's younger than Alfredo Morelos, with that kind of potential, somebody you can kind of get into the squad gradually behind Defoe and him and just learn off a great management team and things like that. And I think that Tyrese Campbell, I mean, it's an interesting deal, and there's plenty of Premier League clubs looking at him again, much the same as Joe Aribo. I think, was it you, Jimmy, that said his price tag's 3 to 5 million?
In England terms, English league terms, he's 3.5 to 5 million because that's a market down there. But because of the cross border, we would get between 3.5 and 400,000. So
Joe Aribo was priced at 7 million down there.
That's right. That's a market down there. Standard.
You've got to watch it. I mean, Bridge is still 2 million value.
I like looking at that boy Campbell. He definitely seems to be one for the future, mate. And if he's up for coming here and, as I say, learning off a great management team, playing in front of great fans at a great stadium, then I'd welcome it, mate. 100%. I think Roma's been me the feeling.
Did you hear the voice, Doug?
I did. He was playing it down a bit, wasn't he? Yeah, he was playing it down a bit, wasn't he?
What was that?
In Defoe. They asked him if about the boy Campbell, and he was kind of, I didn't know that. He was kind of playing it down a bit. He was kind of having a joke about it, but it was all like, heard it.
Love it.
CRB Leipzig have made an interest in the boy Tyrese Campbell as well. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. But when
his name's getting bandied about and getting
that's the agent's job, isn't it? Bridgeman, he's got to
watch. You've just got to look at the boy Solanke, ain't you?
Aye, well that's true. 40 million. Aye.
I think Rangers have got something good insofar as with their ability to get into Europe, and in fact we could still play in Europe. You know, if the boy signed up, they might even get a game in Europe. You never know. So these are the things, the sweeteners for the deal. And it's, as you mentioned earlier, Jimmy, it's Steven Gerrard. Which boy lives in England didn't know about Steven Gerrard, for goodness sake, you know? It's all there.
When I was saying there about Leipzig and that, but there was a bit of a rumour today that Red Bull and Nissan are looking to have some sort of sponsorship with Rangers.
Love it.
But what they want to do is they want to move the club to Northern Ireland and call them Red Honda Ulster.
If you're going to come on with original jokes, that's been done about 10 times.
But I couldn't help it.
There you go.
A bit of nostalgia never goes wrong.
That was a good one, Jimmy. That was a good one.
Remember this Chief getting smuggled out in a box with Japan?
That was fantastic, wasn't it? Just
the director at the Pedo Dome quite often sneak people out boxes. They'll be used to that.
What you're talking about, mate.
Not at all. It's no money anyway.
Just full of the money, mate.
Has anybody seen anything about this deal in Italy that's taken place the past couple of days with the Roma and Inter Milan swap? And apparently this is going to free up them for coming in. They're willing to dig deep for Barisic. I don't know if he's covered this or not. But
it's Zox here, so you don't believe everything you read in the papers. It's crap.
I don't believe it, mate. But I think Steven Gerrard made a very valid point, mate. I mean, let's be serious here. That as a Croatia left-back, he's probably going to be at the Euro 2020. If anybody in Europe that's a big club's looking for a left-back that they can then snatch up for a pretty reasonable price, it would have to be him, mate. But I mean, what would you be willing to let him go for? Because you've
45 million. If Tierney was worth 25.
Well, Jimmy, that's exactly my point. If you're getting 25 for him, mate, what are you getting for a Croatia left back? You know what I mean? In his prime.
Aye. So to me, it's rubbish talk. No,
he's a Croatian left back, and Croatia played in the last World Cup final against France. Yeah, I'm not saying he played in it, but he's playing. He's a number one left back pick. for the Croatian team who played in the World Cup final.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't know what you're going to compare that to and what money you would put on that. I just don't know. But I don't think 3 million or 4 million or whatever it is.
No.
So I know that our press would say it'd be worth it 3.5 million. I could just imagine them saying it, you know. And what do you call them? Anything with a green and white strip on for coming from the east end of the city, they're worth about 60 million each. That's what our press do.
Well, the next couple of weeks is going to be tricky for us, you know, because we all know the one we don't want to happen, and that's Alfredo, you know. But if an English club comes in, you know, and there has been rumblings about Tottenham, you know, they're at the bare bones now, you know, they're starting to fall down the table. I know they got a half decent result, but it was against Rochdale last night in the FA Cup. But if they come in and offer big bucks for Alfredo, let's no kid ourselves on. I don't care what Rangers make any noises at all. If they turn around and say he's sale at no price, don't be kidding ourselves on. If somebody comes in and offers 40 million for him, that's the market they're in to try and get them into the Champions League next season. That's a club you would never think Alfredo would get a chance to go to this early in his career. I'd have thought maybe a middle club to boost his career up a bit. But if Tottenham come in for him, that's my biggest fear, that somebody down there comes in there, because he's not going to go abroad. He's done the Finland thing and that, you know, so he wants to get down south. So for me, that's a scare for me. If it does happen that somebody down there comes in from, and that Rangers can't afford to knock that kind of money back, let's not kid ourselves on.
Everybody's got a price, mate, whether we like it or not.
Of course, yeah.
Anyway, Fox, Stardog said that 11 we played at Parkhead was his first 11. Would you agree with that?
I would. I think that's the strongest side we've got. Somebody made a point earlier about Joe Aribo. I think it might have been Stardog, about taking up the position on the right. That wasn't expected earlier on in the season, but the boy's been a revelation in the games he's played there. And I think we've got the best goalkeeper in Scotland. I think we've got a very, very strong back line, with probably two of the best full-backs, a good strong centre half partnership, terrific midfield, and a great selection of strikers up front and assistant players. Terrific wee squad we've got now, and I'm just wondering if the manager doesn't want to bring MD in and disrupt the harmony of this squad at the moment, as sometimes happens in clubs. You bring in somebody, maybe a big name, who's going to push one of the other ones out, and there's a wee bit of resentment in the squad. I think the way this squad is now, mate, I don't think he wants to change it at all. I think he thinks it's good enough to go on and win the championship.
Can I ask all the guys a question then on what Fox is saying there? If Alfredo gets suspended or injured, would you have confidence in Jermaine Defoe to carry out the rest of the season? Supposing Alfredo gets, I know it's all hypothetical, folks, but supposing he gets an injury that keeps him out for a couple of months, would you be confident of Jermaine Defoe to do that week in, week out, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday?
I would.
Yes, for me. It's a yes for me.
Yeah,
Yep.
see,
I don't know if he could manage the
I don't think so.
week every week.
I think he's at an age, Jimmy, where I don't think he could manage it either.
That's why I was asking. I can see where Fox is coming from, Bridgman, but I know. I mean, he's not a boozer. He's not but he keeps himself fit.
Games in a row for us. There's no play about.
There's a big difference between playing 6 games in a row. I know.
But did you not play 6 games in a row and score a lot of goals?
Ah, I know that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about. We've got. That's why I think that we should have another striker. And I know it's all hypotheticals and that, but supposing but it's all buts and maybes. But supposing, and the last day of January, somebody comes in and says we want to buy Alfredo for 40 million. As Oxtier said there, let's not kid ourselves on. Everybody's got their price. Where do we go for there? We're left with Jermaine Defoe and possibly Greg Stewart, and who else? For me, then that's no good enough in that aspect, and that worries me. In that, if Alfredo's injured long term or he does transfer, although I think that Jermaine Defoe is a cracking player, I don't think he'll have the stamina to play out the other half of the season, Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Saturday, whatever it might. No, I can't see that happening.
But you
I know you're
said
saying
there,
it's
Jimmy.
hypothetical, Jimmy,
Aye,
but
aye.
Ken, I don't think if you tell Tottenham fans 2 weeks ago Harry Kane was going about for the rest of the season, they'd have tell you, aye, so he will. So
Exactly.
these things can happen, mate. Do you know what I mean? And with that happening to Harry Kane, you also mentioned they're doing to their bare bones now, mate. If you're going to fling 30 million in a striker now, it's a young prospect. It's like the Barisic thing. Why would it not be him? Do you know what I mean? So they need to be careful, but. I really like Greg Stewart, mate. Greg Stewart's won me here. I didn't think he would be a player at all when he first came through the doors. And I'll tell you what, he can finish, he can dance about the box, he can take a player on. He's very, very clever. Like somebody just mentioned there, I think between him and Jermaine Defoe, mate, we would be all right. But I would still look to go and strengthen. I wouldn't bank on it, but I would have confidence in the two, mate.
That's my thinking on it, Stardog.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need to be well armed. You know, forewarned and well armed. You know. Let's hope that Alfredo's still here for the second half of the season. Let's hope that he becomes injury free. But as much as I like Jermaine Defoe and the goal stats tell it that it is, you know, but my own feeling is I don't think it would last the Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday cup games midweek, blah blah blah.
I don't think me and you would manage it now, but
maybe a couple of games I could go for that to be about
it. You mean physically, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think he's as fit as anything.
No,
you don't go on the knocks the same way you got Oliver Fox.
He plays a totally different type of game, Fox, as you know, than Alfredo. You know, they're two totally flip of the coin players that they don't play anything like each other. So for me, it's a no-no for it to put all that on his shoulders. You know, that's no taking anything away from what Jermaine Defoe could do for us.
It's just the same for them across the city, mate. If they lose their centre forward, what if they go as back up, you know?
But you're trying to compare them. I'm not interested in them, Fox. What they do doesn't really concern me. The fact is that I'm looking for Rangers to go out there and perform every week. And if we do lose Alfredo, whether it be through transfer or long-term injury, I don't think we've got sufficient backup for that. And I'm not just saying this anew. You know me, I'm beating my drum here. I've been saying this since the start of the season. I still think that we need a third striker. And I think Oxshire agreed with me to a point there. We need somebody who's willing to come to Ibrox as a stand-in striker. And as there a player out there, I don't see it.
We'll maybe go to third striker. And that could be, at the moment, Greg Stewart. But if that scenario was to happen, what you're talking about there, he becomes your number one and number two. That becomes a different kettle of fish, Rudy Bear.
It's a different way of playing. And Jimmy's right. Alfredo and Jermaine Defoe are two completely different players, and Greg Stewart's a different player again. So what do? You change your way of playing. You know, if touch wood, you know, there's no long-term injury to Alfredo, for instance. So, but you know, if that scenario was to come about, what do? You change the way you play to suit Jermaine Defoe. I mean, I like Jermaine Defoe. I think he's a cracking player. You just need to look at his goals to minutes, and he's done brilliantly. I would be like Jimmy, though. I'd have a wee bit of concern, you know, about playing sort of so much football, you know, that he's at. Greg Stewart, I really like. We all like him. You know, boy's intelligent. I said that a couple of weeks back, Oxford. I really like his intelligence, you know. But about him upstairs, you know, and he's great round about the edge of that 18-yard box. He makes things happen, and he certainly knows where the net is as well. But would you go with him? Would you be happy to go with Jermaine Defoe and Greg Stewart, you know, as your 1 and 2, for now to the end of the season? You know, I don't know. I kind of a wee bit like Jimmy. I think we need to bring a striker in. I don't know if that'll happen.
If you're bringing a striker in, Morelos is off.
You think so?
That's the only reason that at the moment
That's the only reason you'd see to bring a striker in is if
I get Jimmy's point, but I think the third striker there is Greg Stewart.
It's Greg Stewart for you.
See, I'm with Jimmy. I think we should retaliate first, mate, and get somebody in just in case something crazy does happen in the last day of the transfer window. Ken, I just think we should retaliate first, mate, and get somebody in just in case. But it's got to be somebody young, somebody for the future. We can't be going out and spending crazy money in MD.
We should be proactive rather than reactive, Ox. Start right, get somebody in the new, somebody in who's going to be a prospect for the future. It's all right, he was a prospect because you're asking him to be like more or less third striker just now, so he's going to have to be one for the future. You're not going to get in a proper goal scorer who's going to hit the ground running. That's not going to happen, especially when you tell him he's going to be third in line. That's not happening anytime soon. So you bring in a young guy, really good prospect. And you say to him, right, your time's next season, son. You know what I mean? You're just going to hang about the new for a wee while. There's a couple of boys in front of you, but that's going to change at some point in the future. And I think it makes sense. You be proactive rather than reactive, Ox.
Can I come in on that, Ox, here?
Aye, on you go,
Then
Brad.
then.
Oh, sorry, Fox. I didn't mean to interrupt you, pal.
No, on
Carry
you
on.
go, pal.
I was just going to say that I've got great faith in our manager, and I think the manager will look after us in that sense. And he'll know what's happening at the club, whether we do need to bring in a striker or whether we'd utilise someone like Greg Stewart, a combination of Greg Stewart and Aribo, just for saying sake, up front, if Morelos got injured. Or do we? How do we do? We're talking if indeed Defoe can't manage 6 games or 4 games or whatever. So I think he's got quite a good mixture there. The problem, of course, is when you do lose someone of the quality of Morelos, it just tears can tear your team apart because you're looking for that rummeling up and what he does, the quality he's got on the ball and things like that. You're going to miss that. So you'll need somebody that's got that kind of quality on the ball who's playing up front. And Greg Stewart's he's got a similar quality. He's not got the physical aspect of his game the way Morelos has got. You'll certainly miss Morelos, but I don't think our manager will panic buy. I don't think so.
Morelos is pretty much a one-off, Bridges. You need.
Oh, absolutely.
And you come, Fox.
I was just going to say that the manager's already stated that he'll no go, mate. And I think he must have an agreement with the board and Alfredo Morelos that he is not leaving in this window. As for injury, you could say that about many positions in our side. If we lose Tav, if we lose Barisic, if we lose Alan McGregor, that's football, mate. If these things happen during the second part of the season, we've just got to get on with it. And whoever's the stand-in's the stand-in.
But I'm not talking about just injury, Fox. I mean, I've got the fear that Alfredo will go before the end of the transfer window.
Why, Jimmy? When the manager said that he's not going anywhere.
Well, the manager's got to say that. He can't turn around and say anything else, Fox. He can't turn around and say, well, listen to offers, everybody's got their price. Let's not kid ourselves on. If any big club comes in and offers Rangers 40 million quid, which what Alfredo is worth that, on the last day of the season, are you honestly telling me that you think the Rangers will knock that back?
For the first point, we'll not get 40 million from him, mate. That's my first point.
No.
To our reply yet. There is no way. You'd see Gerrard maybe walking out himself then, mate. You can't put the manager under the predicament that he's going to win the league this season and then sell his star player if he underneath him. I think Rangers could possibly do a deal in who they sell at me in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's any chance of him leaving Ibrox in this January window.
Well, let's hope no. I know what you're saying about you don't agree with 40 million. That's a figure I've thrown out there, but you've got to remember it's not just Steven Gerrard makes the final decision. If Alfredo decides that he wants to go and play in England for a bigger club in England, so he's going to go and play for him, isn't he? I mean, if he's not going to get one of the smaller clubs to enhance his career, and Tottenham must say come in.
Let's be honest about it. There's no many bigger clubs in England. There's only a bigger league.
No. When I'm not saying bigger clubs than us, what I'm saying is I've always maintained that if Fred did go, then it would probably to the middle clubs in the league because I don't think that the top 6 would entertain him. But I think what my thinking is that there's a lot of talk now about Tottenham could make an offer. And my fear is that if they come in the last day and whether it's 30 or 40 million, but if they come in with an offer and say to Alfredo, this is what we want, and his agent says, you're going to go and play for Tottenham Hotspur, who are one of the top 6 clubs in England, right? You're not going to tell me that Alfredo's not going to have a say in that. That's just my opinion. Every player's got a price, you know, and I can see where Fox is coming to. No, Steven Gerrard might say, well, if you sell him, I'll walk out. But at the end of the day, it's a player's decision. It's not just Stevie G's. That's just my opinion, guys.
So, who happened to watch the friendly on Saturday? Rudy Bear.
I watched it. Yeah.
I mean, we played at a high tempo.
Yep.
Some of the stuff was okay. Some good goals. Some the young boy Patterson stole the show the first half for me.
I agree with you. I thought young Patterson played really well. Certainly didn't do his cause any harm anyway, did he? You know.
The only thing I will say is when you're getting interviewed, son, don't have chewing gum in.
Yeah. Like he's a young guy. I'm sure somebody will have told him that after the interview. He played well, didn't he? As I say, didn't he sell any harm? I just thought all round it was just a really good performance. It was a good run. It wasn't nothing to be taken seriously. You know, let's not go over the top about it. You know, but it was a good run out. Everybody got a wee shot. Steven Gerrard had some pointed things to say in the post-match about it. Obviously, talking about one or two players. But it's just keeping the focus going for me now, Ox. You know, I've been away and had some sun in their back, had a decent result in a friendly game. Now the hard work starts again come Friday. They get back to it again on Friday night in the Scottish Cup, you know.
Who else saw it? Stardog?
I watched it, mate. I thought the boy Patterson was great to watch in the first half, mate. I mean, if he's the future, I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. I'd like to see him get a chance in the first team. I know he was trying to keep everybody sharp, but I didn't really see any real need for Tav or Golson to go on. I think they two boys are really consistent in the squad, mate. I'd like to see them just get the break, but I know that's not what he was willing to do. I thought we set a great pace in the game as well. I think your point about Greg Docherty earlier on, Ox, I thought that was absolutely spot on. I hardly even noticed him. But the other Greg, he never done his sell any harm, did he? I think he's really on the brink of that squad, mate. He really is fighting for his place now. I mean, he's scoring not even just one goal, he scores a couple of goals. I know it's a friendly, but he really is sharp, Greg Stewart, mate. And I like having him about the squad. He brings us something different, mate. I think you've said that a couple of times as well. So, it's exciting, mate. I like the fact that we're staying sharp. And I mean, the fixtures the second half of the season, mate. I don't know if you've seen them, but there's not one fixture in there that I fear. Not one fixture, mate. So we just need to keep it going.
You're not allowed to look ahead. Jimmy's on.
Well, I'm not mentioning any months in case Jimmy is in there on the phone again.
When would you give young Patterson a run out then? Would you do it on Friday night?
No.
Aye, 100%.
Give a wee shot on Friday night, would you, against
No. Play the strongest team you can play. Well, you could leave out some of the first teamers, but certainly for me, the boy Patterson's no part of that equation at this moment in time. No for me anyway, definitely no. He's got to play any fringe players, maybe Halliday if he's still there, Flanagan, guys like that, but no, for me, I'm going to be, even I know it's against Stranraer, but for me,
maybe have him on the bench, mate, and maybe bring him on for the last 20 or something like that.
Maybe so, aye, but he's not ready for Rangers. That was a kickabout, a 6-1 kickabout. That's what it was. That team was.
I think of all the players that actually played and showed in Saturday's game, I thought that young boy Patterson was top notch, and I thought I think it was the Stardug was saying, I thought Greg Stewart was a marvellous game he had as well. So there was a few people come on, played quite well. Nice to see Jones playing. I thought it was really good. There was maybe 5 or 6 that shone up. Others, well, they didn't quite shine. But it was, what can you say, it was 6-1, could on 21, you know. But I do think that Greg Stewart was very good. But the young boy Patterson was outstanding for me. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns around and says you deserve a wee shot and maybe give him it. I'd love to see him doing something like that and give him a shot. But how are you going to oust Tavernier unless it's just injury, you know?
Well, I don't think Tavernier will be playing on Friday night, mate. I think he's got some kind of bug.
Oh, so there's a chance then?
I still don't think Patterson will start.
Okay.
But that's my opinion. I was wrong. I've been wrong before. 1984.
Aye, right. Arctic boys. Ooh.
Never run. I think Defoe will start. I think. Let me think. Who else? I think Katic will start. Barisic will start. I don't know if Stephen Davis will play Fox. I don't know if Stephen Davis will start. There you go.
I think we should play the strongest team that we've got. Get them back into the swing of things. Get them back into the way they've been playing before the break. I don't think it's a good idea to put a load of mix the team up, Ox. I mean, you want your players back on song as quickly as possible. Although it's only a small team in the cup, I would play my strongest side, get them playing well together again, and be prepared for the next Premier League game.
You're here.
So you're saying my dream defence are Jorge and Katic at the backs out the windy, Fox?
No, I wouldn't be disappointed if George Edmondson played. I quite like him as well, mate.
Who's that? Is that Jorge's brother?
Anyway, gentlemen, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening.
Wow, what can I say? Well, I can just say this. It's been absolutely marvellous. I've really enjoyed it. Once again, Oxer, you've done well. And Foxy and the boys on the technical side, absolutely marvellous. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, wonderful to be back. Hope you've enjoyed it. Every single one of us. The Rangers need us. Keep it going for the Rangers. Everybody, keep it going.
Thanks, Bridge. Thanks for everybody joining myself, Fox and Bridge on the panel. Stardog, JFK, Rudy Bear. And a shout out to Technical Terry in the background working away, making sure the show works. You'll be glad to hear this is Rangers Radio, and we'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Just remember, follow the money. Take it away, Foxy boy.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it. Do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we